Hi guys. This week I wanted to show you my big pile of junk mail that I got in the mail throughout the past 7 days. But unfortunately, because of all our remodeling and me and JP going on vacation, somehow that junk mail actually ended up in the trash without any of us even paying attention to it. And honestly, uh, that's more important and proves my point better than anything I could have brought to this table. This should matter to you because junk mail wastes trees, time, your privacy, all without your permission. The United States needs a national do not mail list to give people control over what shows up in their mailboxes. First, we're going to look at how junk mail wastes resources and also invades your personal life. Then, we'll explore some explanations as to why it keeps coming. Finally, I'll touch on what we can do today to alleviate our participation. How does junk mail impact our everyday lives? Junk mail is harmful to our environment. According to an article from EcoCycle on their website in 2023, almost 130 billion pieces of junk mail were sent in 2021. And that's about 100 million trees that were chopped down, shredded, bleached, and inked on. Also, we could have coupons that we may or may not use. And a 2022 report by Erica Proffer at KVU News found that each American household receives between 20 and 40 pounds of junk mail every year. And most of it goes straight in the trash, just like ours did, without a second glance. You might think to yourself, oh, but like I recycle mine. Sadly, most of the junk mail is printed on this type of glossy paper that is non-recyclable in most areas. What I'm holding right here, it might be hard to see because of the screen, but we are looking at a card advertisement that came in the mail. It's printed on paper that looks like it has like a waxy plastic coating on it. And unfortunately, you can't do much with this after it has that coating on when it comes to recycling. But it's not just about the planet, it's also about the people. Junk mail is predatory because it can be. Some of this mail is straight up deceptive. Most people receive letters that look like bills, final notices, or urgent legal matters. Some even promising sweepstakes winnings or checks that come in the mail that people don't realize are loan checks if they cash them. The elderly are primary targets for these deceptive practices. According to a 2022 article from Health News Florida for the Associated Press, health experts warn that seniors receive mailers closely mimicking official government forms, urging them to call or enroll in Medicare Advantage plans that might not include their own doctors or prescriptions. And most of the time, the complaints coming in, they've basically doubled in 1 year, going from 15,000 in 2020 to nearly 40,000 in 2021. But if this is so bad for our personal lives, why is it allowed to continue? Junk mail continues because it helps the United States Postal Service and other various private companies make money. According to the 2023 investigation by Erica Proffer that I previously mentioned for KVU News, the United States Postal Service relies heavily on the revenue from bulk marketing mail, offering discounted postage rates to advertisers. Advertisers get a break, USPS gets their money. It's a broken cycle. Your frustration helps fund the mailing system. USPS calls this marketing mail or bulk advertising mail. It's priced lower than first class mail because advertisers prepare and route it themselves. This helps cover United States Postal Service's fixed infrastructure costs. So think like the trucks, the buildings, the checks for the mail carriers. Uh, Even with this though, first class mail still operates at a loss and the USPS still is running a deficit. But even worse than that, your data is the real cash cow. Once you respond to just one offer, you buy something from a company, maybe you sign up for a rewards program at Hy-Vee or Kohl's, your name is now on a list that is then sent to hundreds of companies for them to data mine and send you targeted ads via your email, your address, all based on your age, your demographic, where you live. This is known as data brokering, and it's completely legal. So what can we actually do about it? There are tools that we have to make changes to the volume of junk mail that we personally receive. According to dmachoice.org, operated by the Association of National Advertisers, you can opt out of many forms of junk mail by simply registering online. For unwanted catalogs, catalogchoice.org, run by Catalog Choice Mail Preference Service, offers another free opt-out service where you can subscribe from specific companies. And if you're still receiving a phone book, yes, they do still exist. Yellow Pages optout.com lets you opt out of those too. These tools are useful, but they're not universal, and it puts the burden on us instead of the marketers that are still sending out the same paper, the same postage for the same uh, amount. And so the biggest thing that we could do is to call or write our local congressman and tell them that we don't want our data to be freely given and demand rights to choose to participate any further with data brokering and make a do not mail list, similar to a do not call list. In conclusion, the United States needs a national do not mail list to give people control over what shows up in their mailboxes. You shouldn't have to sign up for 3 different opt-out sites and hope that they stick. Please keep in mind that the choices that I showed you today are not all the ones that your name is on. The tools today, we did look at how junk mail wastes our resources, how it invades our personal lives, why it keeps coming, and what we can do today to alleviate our participation in it. The tools we have now are limited, but the awareness we have today is a step forward. So, the next time your mailbox is filled with a whole bunch of ads, paper that you didn't ask for, that you never wanted, speak up. Because until we demand change, we'll keep getting junk mail that we never asked for. And it's time to return to sender. Thank you.